What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be back to work on our 2018 Dodge Ram. If you guys seen it in the latest video, we did get all the welding done on the cab corner, so it's ready for some body work. So let's go ahead and cover everything up so we don't get no dust inside and start body filling it. Nice and taped up. Now it's time to start mixing up the body fluid and applying it, but before we do that, we need to clean the surfaces down. So we're going to get some wax and grease remover and a rag and clean everything down. So we got everything cleaned up over there, and we are going to be using this 3M Platinum Plus. I know a lot of people always ask what kind of filler I like, and this stuff right here is amazing. So let's go ahead and mix them up and get it on the truck. Applied to the truck, and it did dry up pretty quick because it is really hot over here. But we're going to start off by sanding everything with a 80 grit sandpaper. We're going to knock it all down really good, and then if we have to, we'll put it in the coat, and then we'll hit that with the 180 and it'll be ready for primer. So let's get to sanding. So we have all the body work done on the Dodge Ram, and as you guys know, we did take a little break from YouTube. As you guys seen, the Goon Squad Trackhawk, we did a lot of work on there, and I just decided it was time to take a little break for my health. My hands are healing up nicely, did do a lot of damage to them, but now we're going to be back to work on this truck. We have all the body work done, and before we do any painting, I kind of want to go ahead and finish up doing everything inside this interior. We can go ahead and swap out the new dash, because we are also waiting on the new doors from the dealership. They should be here either today or tomorrow. So while we're waiting on that, we're going to go ahead and take this dashboard apart, put the new one in, and also get the module and the seat belts taken out and get them shipped out so we can get them redone. So we have both seats out of the truck, and as you can see on the driver's seat, the airbag did deploy, and we actually do have a new airbag which we'll be installing a bit later. But now we're going to move on to getting this center console out. Should be pretty simple. There's a couple bolts on the side and then some couple plastic trim panels, so let's go ahead and get that out. So we got the center console out, and here is the airbag module that we're gonna have to remove. Simply just unplug it, and it will come right out, and it's 3 10mm bolts. So we got everything out of this truck. We got both seats out, the center console, the airbag module that goes right there. Now what we're gonna do is start removing this dash, and it's gonna be a lot easier without all this stuff in the way. So let's go ahead and get this thing out of here. Alright boys, we finally got it. There we go. So we got the entire old dashboard out, and let me tell you, there was a lot of bolts, a lot of 8mm everywhere, but we got it out. Now let's go ahead and get the new dash. So here's the new dash right here. This one actually did come with the metal, but we actually don't need that because we have our original metal piece inside. So now what we need to do is basically just unscrew all these 7mm bolts and pop this dash pan off and give it a nice clean and put it back in the truck. So we got the new dashboard off the metal frame right here, which we did not need because we have it over there. Now what we're gonna have to do is start cleaning this dashboard up because it did come from a junkyard and it still came with the key. Check this out. It doesn't start for some reason, but there we go. And we'll probably have to switch out our new one under there. But check out how dirty it is, so we will have to do some nice cleaning on it. So let's clean this thing up and put it back in the truck. We got the entire dash nice and clean. We'll obviously do some more cleaning later, but we're gonna go ahead and drop this thing inside because it is kind of hard to clean right here on the ground. It's kind of shaking around. So we just got all the top layer of dust off of it. Now let's go ahead and put it back in the truck. It should be pretty simple because now we know where everything goes. And that's it. Let's go ahead and do it. So we got the steering column back in, we got the entire dash on, and the speedometer. Now we're gonna actually remove this piece right here. This is actually the old one, and that's the cool thing about buying a used dashboard from the junkyard, is always it comes with extra parts, which you can either sell or use if you need to. So let's go ahead and swap this thing in. So we got mostly everything installed, but before we finalize everything over here, we want to test everything, make sure it works. We're gonna stick the key in here. Speedometer works awesome, and we do have some color there, heck yeah. So now let's go ahead and finish buttoning up all this, and the dash replacement will be done. So we got everything installed on the dash. Now it's finally time to go ahead and install our new airbag right here, because this one is deployed, and these are pretty easy to come off. There's a little pin in the back. You just simply pop it up and it'll pop right out. So we got the dashboard installed, everything works. We went ahead and tested everything on there, and we are gonna be waiting on the airbag module, so we can't put any of this stuff back on. And then the seat, we're gonna have to actually sew up the seat cover because the airbag blew out in it. But now what we're gonna do is go ahead and do some cleaning up in here and organize everything out, and then we'll probably start working on the seats and some more other stuff. So we got everything cleaned up inside the truck. Now we're gonna start working on getting this seat out, because we will have to ship this seat cover off to get it nice and sewed up, because a new one is just way too expensive. So we're gonna start off by removing the top section. pulled the truck up, put these seats in here just so we can move it back and forth. Now let's go ahead and bring the bed over here and get to work on it. So we got the new bed inside. This is from a 2017. It was a new takeoff bed, so there's no dents. Everything looks nice and clean. We will have to get these fender flares off because our truck actually has the painted fender flares because it is the sport edition. And it also came with some spray and bed liner, which is really awesome because the other bed did not have it, and we won't have to worry about getting that later. But what we need to do now is start taking some of this stuff off, like the tail lights, this 4x4 sticker, and probably take this tailgate off and get this thing ready for paint. So we got everything stripped off the bed. We went ahead and also took off the tailgate, the tail lights, both fender flares, and also all the under shields under there. Now it's ready to start sanding, so let's grab some sandpaper and start sanding it. So we got the entire bed sanded. The truck is almost ready for paint. We're still missing the doors. We have ordered those from the dealer. So as soon as those come in, we will get them painted and get the whole truck painted and assembled. But I want to give you guys a little update on the Mustang project. A lot of you guys have been asking me about it, and no, we did not give up on it. We are still going to be working on it. We did run into a couple of issues on how the frame was being made, and I think the main problem was the wheels. These wheels are 20s, and they're kind of just too big, and I didn't really calculate how everything is going to line up. So what we're going to have to do is probably get some smaller wheels and tires, and then start cutting all that out and lower the entire body down, because we do have a clearance issue up here in the front. As you can see, here is where the original bumper is going to end, right here, and then we have all this extra stuff that's just going to be all seen, so we don't really want that. So what we're going to have to do is lower everything down, basically just trim it, lower it down a little bit, and then we'll be back on the road with this car. And then up here, everything's going to be still pretty simple. We'll just cut this down and lower that, and all that will work out pretty good. And in the back, everything in the back pretty much is going to work out perfectly. As you can see, the frame rails in the back just go to the subframe, so that's going to all work out perfectly. And once we lower the body down a little bit more, it's all going to line up. But that's going to be a wrap for today's video. And also, guys, we do have some new merch. We got some new shirts. They come in gray and black, and they're really dope. So if you want to support the channel, go ahead and get you one. There will be a link down below. And also follow me on Instagram at vTuned, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.